Hello, everyone, and welcome to the RolleAffect, your newest podcast station. I'm Felicia.
And I'm Milton.
Welcome. We're
Welcome
so
back.
excited to be doing this. It's been a long time coming, so we're super excited about this, right?
Yes.
So check it out. Let's just start this with saying that we're in Daytona Beach, Florida. As you can see behind us, we're at the Daytona Grand. Daytona is one of the places that started for us. So as you can tell by the title is, what is that? The title is Being the One or Becoming the One. So to do something that was very positive and uplifting, especially in the climate that we're in right now. We need some positivity and just contribute a little bit to the world. So we're not experts, we're not that, but want to just share some of our things. And if it can help you, then great, right?
Right. After all, it is called the RolleAffect. So a lot of this is coming from our experiences. It's going to affect you in one way or the other.
Right.
So
absolutely.
That's where we're coming from.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, tell a friend. We want you to subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so that you can be notified when we upload any videos. Let's get started with our topic: being the one or becoming the one. We both got a little different perspectives on this, so I'll let you go first in your perspective of what you think that means.
Okay, I made a little bit of some footnotes here. Finding the one or becoming the one. I looked up scripture, and basically it comes from Proverbs 18:22. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains the favor from the Lord. That's from a male perspective. I'm just thinking that before you even be in search of a wife, we need to work on self first so that you can get the right wife and maintain the right wife and prolong the right wife.
Prolong.
Yeah, we want years and years of experience.
Okay. I think over the years we have become the one, because I cannot say with the straight face that Milton was the one, but he had a lot of attributes that I liked, and a lot of things that I thought that I could handle. In the beginning, as women, we sometimes have this list of everything we want, and we realize that that's just a list that's fairy tale. It's not real. It's that you have to compromise, and you have to make that list a little more fitting for who you are. I look at Genesis, and that Genesis was what I think it was 2:18.
2:18, Genesis. Then the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper."
That's suitable for him.
A helper, yeah, that's suitable for him. And I want to extend that a little bit. Also, you need to just realize that she will be a helper, a partner, a friend, and a soulmate. Also a teammate. So I would think if you fill all those gaps in, the transition of finding the right person would be better.
Okay.
Be the one.
Yeah.
Leading to the one. Yeah.
So let's just go back a little bit, because I don't want to get ahead. So let's just go back a little bit when we met. When we met, we was going through like basically the same thing. We both was coming out of relationship. For me, it was hard for me to say I'm looking for the one, because I didn't know what that one looks like. I don't think we're really taught, especially from my generation, talked about relationships, it's kind of like you don't talk about those things. Parents sit down and have conversation like they do now. Like now, our kids have conversation. They have the internet. They have all these resources that we didn't have when we was coming up. So to talk about a relationship or sex or anything, that really wasn't happening in my home. And well, there's a lot of homes that I know, my friends, it just was not happening. So it was hard to be able to understand or even imagine what I wanted because I really didn't see a great relationship when I was coming up. It was those relationships where I was like, I don't want that. And I don't want that. So I didn't see it. I come from a different one than you because he came with both parents. I didn't have that. So you coming from a different perspective in being raised with both parents.
Two parents in the household, we didn't talk about relationship.
Right.
I was the only male outside of my father and had to deal with 4 females. So along that journey, I had to understand. Well, I did have an advantage to know how women think, what women do, because I was brought up with 4 women, which gave me a better perspective of learning. So when I did meet the right women, I knew what I kind of wanted, not so necessarily early, but throughout thinking of how I grew up and developing to understand what I wanted in a woman.
Yeah.
That's more of an advantage than the regular boy that comes up and his parents have not talked about anything and he has learned in the streets.
Yeah.
So I learned in the streets and I learned hands-on of what women were like.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was easy for me to navigate to try to find what I wanted. But
you was able to choose from how you saw your mom and how she interacted and how she was.
Yes.
You was able to pick and choose some of the things, whereas what I'm saying is there wasn't a male that I wanted to model.
Right. So I had an advantage in that area. And I knew what I didn't want in a woman.
Yeah. Well, I knew what I didn't want by seeing that.
Right.
But I didn't know what good looked like. I didn't know. So I didn't really have anything to compare it to, which meant that I didn't make all the right decisions. I was telling my husband earlier, like, I was probably the one, like, on Coming to America, while she's standing there, she's like, what kind of food you like? Whatever you like. Whatever you like. I was more that. I was more a pleaser. So I really wasn't being my authentic self because my thing was to make people happy because, when I was coming up, your voice was kind of silent. You wasn't able to talk about things. So I kind of kept things inside a lot. And so I didn't, I'm like, well, whatever you eat, I can eat. Whatever you want, I can do. Because I just thought that would be easier. And then I wouldn't have to worry about all the things that I seen when I was coming up. So that was the wrong thing to do, ladies. Don't do that. Because when I started evaluating myself and being in the church more, and I was brought up in the church, but just understanding what that meant by going to church and by becoming closer to God, I realized who I was. And then everything turned, everything changed because he wasn't used to the vocal, more assertive Felicia. He wasn't used to that. So then there was arguments there because he wasn't used to that because I didn't bring who I was in the beginning. If I could be honest, I didn't know who that was. I didn't know who I was, what it looked like, what I wanted. I didn't know. I just know what I seen I didn't like, and I didn't want to mimic that, but I didn't know really what I wanted. And so when becoming the one meant that I needed to change who I was so that I can be authentic to myself and he can get the real Felicia.
Which is the better you.
Right.
We all need the practice to get to the better you.
Yes.
There is a better you out there somewhere, but you have to have your standards in place. You have to know who you are. You cannot be a people's pleaser. It has to be satisfying to you internally.
Yeah.
So I'll just add on to that. Through my life, I always refer to my dumb 20s because everybody has had a dumb 20s if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s. That you can think of something you was just dumb about.
Yeah.
You just didn't have the knowledge. You didn't have the wisdom. You didn't have standards. You just was doing you.
Yeah.
So it comes a time where you have to say, you know what? I need to make a transition. God help me internally to change. And that requires work. Also, reading the book, getting into the book. Now, from my experience, I was in church early on. Doesn't necessarily mean I paid attention to church early on, because a lot of times on Sunday I was sleepy from probably hanging out when my mom said, you better be in church. Now, I grew up on the King James Version.
Yeah.
You know, so that everybody
which is difficult in itself because you don't.
Absolutely. Now,
it's hard to hear I, thee, thou, thou,
That's right. So when we did get into a non-denominational church and they was doing, what is NIV, then I brought that old school along with that new school started to really make sense, along with age. and practice. Maturity. So, right, which gave me a whole lot of more wisdom. Because we don't know nothing until we really get on that side and say, wow, you look back and you thought you knew, you don't know nothing. Trust me, I know. And I knew a lot, but I didn't know what I know. But anyway, yeah, so I would say do a self-evaluation. Before you even trying to find the other one, you need to practice on the one here first.
Becoming the one that you want.
Right.
Becoming the one that you want to attract.
Right. Because you're going to attract all kind of things. Yeah. But you want to attract what they're feeling. You want to attract who you are, in other words. The true you. Not the representative you.
No.
Not the people pleaser you.
No.
But the true you. And feel comfortable in your skin. Yeah. Now, until you get there, my recommendation is try not to find the one until this one is all set.
Yeah, just I would say self first. Work hard at knowing what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what your goals are, what your career looks like. Can you be a provider? Can you be a protector? Can you be those things, right? And just get in tune. First and foremost, I would advise everybody to get a closer relationship to God. That is, first and foremost, the most important thing that I can tell you in this moment is to get a closer relationship with God, because He has a heaven's view of our life. He knows what path He has for our life. He knows where we're going, when we're leaving here. He knows it all. So why not be connected to the person who knows it all, knows your footprint, knows your blueprint, knows everything about your life. So if you get closer to Him, I believe my view is that He will lead you to the right person. He will lead you to that person who's the one for you. It says in Genesis 2:18, He was preparing a helper that would be suitable for him. That means there's a specific person for you. But if we're not aligned and we're not really focusing and in prayer about what we want, we can end up like all of us have been in relationships with people we should never have been in relationship with, because he'll let you go down that road. That's the road you're choosing. But we can make it easier on ourselves if we just patient and just wait.
And if you're impatient, those are some things that you may need to work on.
Right.
Because if you're impatient, that's just telling God, okay, hey, I got this. I'll do it. Mm-hmm. And maybe He's holding you back for the right time. Maybe He's already said, you're not ready yet for who I have for you.
Right.
Because you don't want to be with that person that you met who's the one and you destroy them.
Right.
Because a lot of people destroy the one they should have been with, and they have regrets now. I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and you don't want to be a shoulda, coulda, woulda.
No, you do not.
You want to be, I gotta keep her and ride or die.
Yeah.
And that ride or die has been with me for years.
Yeah.
That's what you want to be.
You definitely want that.
Yeah.
You want to take your time and actually get to know the person that you're talking to. I know it's a lot now that's going on with, we got social media, and there's a lot of, I think what the girls have now, the younger generation have that we didn't have, is social media. And social media can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. But I think they learn quicker. And I love it. I love to see younger women who know exactly what they want. I love it. It is so great because I didn't have a voice like that. I wish I did. Have a voice where I knew what I wanted, and I could just tell that person, whomever I was dating at the time, that no, I like this and da 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 da. But I didn't. So I didn't come in loving who I was. And I think it's important. You really gotta love who you are, because if not, you're gonna take anything. Like your dad used to say, don't settle for a wooden nickel.
Yeah. The great Wilmore Rowe used to say, to me at 12, don't settle for a wooden nickel. And we used to have a lot of deep conversations about the world. Just stuff that helped me along the way. Don't be a follower. You know what you're going to school for. I know you're going to get into other stuff, but you make sure what you go to do and accomplish and get your bag. And that's what I had to do. And fellas, we have to talk to our sons and grandsons more, because don't let them figure it out on their own. Just tell them through your experience. Don't be afraid of that. That's ancestor stuff where they didn't verbally talk about a lot of stuff and share and put it on the table. I don't know why, but we decided to take a whole different path. Yeah. And parents, new parents and old parents, allow your children to be voiceful of what's going on with them. That way it'll be more open and you don't get the hidden surprises. Yeah. Don't punish them or want to beat them down because of things that they say. But correct them and have conversations. I think they'll appreciate you and want to come to you a lot for different things that normally they'll hold back. Mm-hmm. So just be open to that, and remember this part here. We can always learn from the newer generation. Yeah. We know something from a season, but they know newer stuff. Yeah. They're awesome. The younger generation is awesome, and I love it. And I think that once you first have a relationship with God, 2, love yourself, know what you want, and then be in prayer about who you want to be a part of your life and pray about that, then God will send that person to you. Now, when you do get that person, there still will be hard times. There's going to be, the rain is going to come. It's not if, it is when it comes. You need to have the Lord. He'll send you that person, and you can grow with that person, and then eventually you guys become the one. You become the one. You become the person that you're intended to be for each other, right? Yeah, now it is going to be some work. I always tell her and other people that, look, getting married is a beautiful thing, those that can do it. However, the honeymoon is over when the honeymoon is over. And what that means, you done had your great time, no worries right there. But the storm will come. And when it comes, that's where you got to show up and say, and remember the honeymoon. Yeah. If you want to continue. Yeah. Nobody likes divorces, but you have to grow. You always got to tweak. You always have to have different mind shifts, and things are going to happen in the season. Yeah. And you have to be a good listener. I had to learn that over time, because I knew everything. I was like this. I know. But you have to listen in order to make adjustments. Yeah. And that is part of life. If you're not willing to do that, stay single. Yes. You have to change. Every day you wake up, you change. I was the one that would say, ain't got to change, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. If I wanted to last, if I wanted her, I had to change.
Yeah. And vice versa.
And
it works both ways.
You change for the right one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the change should start with you spiritually and make adjustments to the mindset.
Yes, absolutely.
You don't change the mindset, ain't nothing changed. I don't care how much you go to church.
Yes, for sure. And listen, I'm not saying you have to go to church to change and all that.
No.
You don't have to. You can, if being in front of that TV and looking at you a word, or I'm telling you what you do have to have, in my opinion, is the Lord. You need Him. In the world that we live in right now, we need Him more than ever. I would not start my day without Him. Both of us, we get up every morning and we start our day with doing some type of devotional. Right now, I'm doing, it's over there somewhere, but I'm doing, no, it's not. It's right here. Believing Bigger. I got it from Amazon, so I'll link it for you. This right here is a devotional, 100 Days of Believing Bigger. And it's an awesome journal that you can write in and just become, you always continue to become better. Always. It doesn't stop when you think that you got this relationship and it's work continuously.
Right.
And so you always want to make sure that you keep growing and being the better version of yourself so you can be better for your spouse, better for your significant other, or whatever relationship you're in at this moment. Just in any relationship. Doesn't necessarily have to be an intimate relationship. It just can be a better relationship with your children, a better relationship with your parents, just a better relationship in general.
You're a better individual for all mankind. People that you meet, they can see your light shine instantly.
Yes.
Instantly.
Yes.
And you get favor.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Yes.
God wants you to be better, so you need favor.
Yes.
You need happiness while you on this life. We only come this way once.
Yes.
So why not be the better you? Book coming out soon.
Right? I know that's right. All right, speak, babe, speak. But this is just our first, run on this. We definitely wanted to do it here because we love Daytona. A lot of people don't, but we love Daytona. This was our first trip we took as a couple when we first met over 30 plus years ago. We came to Daytona, and this just been our spot. We like to come here, reminisce, and look at, talk about where we were and that we're still together. I remember my husband looking out at this ocean out here, and he was, it was late night, and he was telling me how much he loved me, and it was endless, like this water. Like at the time, you were young, so you're like, this just lip service. But here we go. So obviously it wasn't.
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Right? Obviously it wasn't, and we're still here. Thank God. We're still here, and we're still standing, and we still love each other, and we still make time for each other, and it's just it's awesome. And so, not that it doesn't come with trials, because again, trials will come. But
I still get on her nerves.
Yes.
Not as much.
But we got this. This. This is our good news segment. Our good news segment is just shining light on someone, our family, or whomever. And if you know of anyone that's doing good things, we would like to honor them here. We definitely wanted this podcast to be more uplifting. Again, we're not relationship experts at all. And we're not trying to give advice to people about what they should do, because every relationship is different. What we just want to share is how we navigate. And if you can learn from that, you can. And if you have questions about how we did things or anything, that we can be here for you. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't have money to go sit with a therapist, but we can just help each other. We can learn from you. You can learn from us, and we just want to shed good light that we're a couple that been together for a while, and we went through some hard times, and we still came out on this side. And I would not trade it for the world. I would do it 10 times over. I always tell him when I get to heaven, I'm like, God, I want my same husband. That's how awesome it is to be connected with someone that is your best friend. And I want that for everybody if you want that. Because some people don't want relationship, and that's fine. Being single is fine. I don't want to make that seem like that's not a good thing. But if you desire someone, then I think this is a place for you. And so
we'll talk about levels, but there is a level of surface love, and there's a level of deep love.
Yeah.
And you ain't got fake.
No.
And that's when you become the one.
That's right. The good news is Biddy and Bo's Coffee Shop. Biddy and Bo's is a human rights movement disguised as a coffee shop where the people with intellectual and developmental disabilities are valued in the workplace. It's a place where diversity isn't just appreciated, it's celebrated. Biddy and Bo's Coffee proudly employs 400 plus individuals with disabilities nationwide. Amy and Ben Wright are the proud parents of 4 children, Lily, Emma, Grace, Bo, and Biddy. Lily was born with autism, and Biddy and Bo were born with Down syndrome. After learning over 80% of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities are unemployed nationwide, the Wrights decided to create a place where people with disabilities are valued and given opportunity for meaningful work. The model, a coffee shop with an unforgettable staff that changes the way people see other people. The original shop opened January 2016 in Wilmington, North Carolina. It employed 19 individuals with disability.
If that ain't good news, I don't know what to say.
That is so awesome that although she had children, she has 4 and 3, 1 with disability and 2 Down syndrome, she didn't let that stop her. She did not let that stop her. She created something where they can feel inclusive. And I think that that is totally awesome, and that is what God wants us to do. Like, we have to love everybody, all people, no matter the race, no matter the disability. We have to love all people and give everybody an opportunity. And so I commend that. That is so awesome. I love it. I love it. And it's for us because my niece too now. She has Down syndrome, and her mom wanted to celebrate her. So we're celebrating 45 years of Quay.
Shout out to Quay. What's up?
45 years of Quay. We coming back to Miami to celebrate her.
Yeah.
She's such an awesome,
good-hearted,
she's just awesome. Yes, she's just a beautiful spirit, and so I love that they did this in honor of people with disabilities because they shouldn't be unemployed. They should have a job, and they should be given the same opportunity as us, so-called normal people. So I love that. And so if you know of anybody again that is doing great in the community, that we just want to highlight them.
Right.
Put a spotlight on them.
We need more good news about what people are doing out there because we get enough bad every day. So
we don't want it.
That's our great segment of good news in the world. People are doing good news in the world. We just don't get to hear about it enough.
Yes.
So they can use this platform to display that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that concludes our first podcast. You guys, we're so super excited. We would like to just say, if you want to comment, the comments are open. You can comment your thoughts, or if you have anything you want us to, any topics that you want us to discuss, we ask that you just be kind to the people that are commenting. We ask that if you have anything negative to say, that you go on another podcast and say it there. We don't want it over here.
Remember, it's the RolleAffect.
This is RolleAffect. We want to be positive. We want to give positive energy. We want everyone to be loved and uplifted over here. So anything negative, let's just keep that. Let's just keep that to yourself. Give it to God. Love you guys. Thank God that you came to visit our channel, and we look forward to seeing you next time. We're hoping to have a video out once a week. I think that's it. You done?
Thank y'all for coming, and hopefully that this channel will inspire you to go to different levels. And that's our goal. And we want to hear about it once you get there.
Yes, absolutely.
You may be a guest on this.
Let us know. With that being said, please comment, hit the bell to be notified when a video uploads. Subscribe to our channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Pass the link on so that we can just share the good news all over. So thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you soon.
Thanks so much. Love you. Peace.
Bye.